Hello, this is David Jenkins, La Plata Town Council member from Ward 4. I will be your host for this podcast titled La Plata Ward 4 Update, providing updates about the La Plata Town Council meetings, issues affecting you as residents, and other related activities. I've also started a La Plata Ward 4 video update, which are short videos about specific projects and issues, and have been posted to my Facebook page, facebook.com/djenkinslp Town Council Ward 4 /. These videos are also posted to the app or the website called Nextdoor, www.nextdoor.com//.newsfeed. A little background: the Town Council has their work sessions each month on the second and third Tuesday, and then we have our business meeting on the fourth Tuesday. All meetings start at 6 p.m., and now the Town Council work sessions and business meetings are now hybrid. That is, you can attend in person or virtually. Each agenda provides a link to attend virtually using the Microsoft Teams platform. Meeting agendas can be accessed to the town website, www.townlaplata.org. And please note, all meetings are recorded, so you can view them later at your leisure. So now let's get started with our latest update. Hi, and welcome again to this latest episode of the La Plata Ward 4 Update Podcast. This is Dave Jenkins, La Plata Town Council member from Ward 4, and your host for this podcast. In this episode, entitled, Do We Listen?, I'd like to provide some comments and perspective resulting from recent comments from our residents about the Town Council's lack of outreach and engagement with our community. And I provide these comments as only one of 5 council members, so we all have a separate vote. And please note, again, this is my particular comments and perspective. I don't speak for the mayor and council, and they don't speak for me as well. First, public hearings about planning development issues and annexation projects are usually very controversial and primarily attended by those in opposition, which the residents have a right to provide their comments and ask questions. That's why it's a public hearing. But I would also add to that our public hearings follow a procedure which is disclosed on the Planning Commission and the Town Council meeting agendas. Then they are explained again prior to the start of every public hearing. So let me briefly run through this procedure. First, the public hearing rules or procedures are read by the town clerk or the mayor or the presiding officer at this particular hearing, whether it be the Planning Commission or the Town Council. There is then a review of the public notice requirements. Had they been legally been met, that's provided by the town clerk. This is then followed by the staff introduction. Typically for annexation or Planning Commission, this would be the planning staff, particularly or specifically the planning director, who would then provide a staff report which would include recommendations. After that, there is a presentation by the applicant. They have a right to provide their information in support of their particular request. This is then followed by questions from the Planning Commission if it's a public hearing before the Planning Commission, or by town council members if it's a town council public hearing. After those questions are completed, public comment can then be provided by those attending in person or those online or attending virtually, as both the Planning Commission and Town Council meetings are now hybrid. That is, you can attend in person or online. During this public comment period, the town clerk will also provide and recognize and accept as part of the public record any letters, other materials either submitted by mail, email, or actual material submitted during the public hearing. All this material is part of the public record for that particular project or public hearing. After the public has completed their comments, which unfortunately at times are limited to 3 minutes, there will be opportunity for additional questions or comments from the Planning Commission if it's a Planning Commission hearing, or Town Council members if it's a Town Council public hearing. Then the applicant provides a closing statement, And then dependent on the particular case or project, the public record can remain open. It can be closed, or it can be stayed until additional time. If it remains open, there usually is a time limit how long additional materials can be submitted. That could be several days. It could be weeks. It depends on the presiding officer at that public hearing. And then I just want to provide a little bit more information of what my decision-making process when evaluating development projects or annexations where the town council is a final approval authority. So I do attend virtually or watch the video of most planning commission meetings, but specifically those where the town council will be the ultimate approval authority. And this includes annexation requests and most recently a master site development amendment process. And these are all stated in the town ordinance, specifically the zoning ordinance. I also read all materials that are submitted as part of the public record. I read all planning staff reports and their recommendations. I also review and read all applicant materials provided by the applicant for the project, and I read all comments and materials from residents when they submit information, either by mail, email, or at the public hearing itself. And I want to emphasize this, I have not and will not email, phone, or communicate with a developer or their project representative. If I have questions, I go to the town staff to get those questions answered. And ultimately, my decision to vote for approval or denial, or perhaps approval with conditions, are based on all the reference material that I talked about earlier. I review all those projects. I reviewed all the material. And then I would have to make a decision, in my opinion, if the project is or is not consistent with the 2020 Town Comprehensive Plan. Now, just let me turn very briefly to an update. There's been 2 annexations where the town council has had public hearings. We have not voted on those 2 annexations. And as of August the 21st, the Hawthorne Yards annexation did request a deferral in a letter dated August the 14th and presented at our August 16th town council meeting. And it was on the agenda. So that letter is available on the agenda. If you go onto our town website and click that date, you will see that letter. They are requesting a, quote, a deferral of further proceedings in this case so that we, the applicant, are able to consider and establish a resolution of the, quote, enclave issue raised in the letter from the Maryland Department of State Planning. Our next business meeting is slated for Tuesday, August 23rd. Again, this is our business meeting, and that agenda is now available and includes an agenda item entitled Matters of Information, the Hub Annexation. We believe the applicant may be requesting a deferral as well. As of today, no letter has been submitted, but I would urge, and I assume we will be getting an agenda which will have that material submitted, or the applicant just may make that presentation at the actual August 23rd meeting. So let me circle back around again about the comment about our lack of access or our lack of outreach. I certainly can do better, and I'm going to be continuing to look for opportunities to do a better job and how we can do more outreach to our community. But I would also offer a somewhat different perspective. Specifically, I would urge citizens to also be engaged more, not just at public hearings. And there are numerous opportunities for you to be engaged with us and with town matters. Specifically, at all town council work sessions, which are the second and third Tuesday, they include an agenda entitled Public Comment. Also, on our town council business meeting agendas, which are the fourth Tuesday, they also include an agenda and item entitled Petitions, Communications, and Appearances and Public Forum. So at this agenda item, you can sign up and you can provide your comments at our town council meetings, either in person or online. That's available for you as well. There are also an opportunity to learn more about what projects and what items are going to be on the agenda. All planning commission and town council meeting agendas, including any project materials, are available from the town website. All our meetings, that is the Planning Commission meetings and Town Council meetings, are recorded and are available from the town website or from the Town of La Plata YouTube channel. So if you don't have the opportunity to attend in person or online, you can certainly circle back and watch the tape of these meetings. All development and project information are also available from the Town Planning Department's website and includes two specific pages: a development update page. This provides information on projects that are under review by us, the Town Council, the Planning Commission, and the Design Review Board. There's also information about current annexation projects under review, and it also provides a monthly update of projects that have been approved and are currently under construction after receiving the various permits from the town, the county if needed, and other state permits. Another useful page from the Town Planning Department site is called Development Review. This provides a pretty detailed explanation of the town's various review procedures for any proposed development. The Planning Department coordinates the review of development applications, and they do this to determine compliance with our comprehensive plan, which was passed in 2020, whether it meets the standards of the La Plata zoning ordinance and other town codes and regulations. And then finally, I would just want to provide some additional information about the town council is subject and must abide by the Maryland Open Meetings Act. And let me quote what that is. That is a requirement that all public business be performed in an open and public manner. Citizens be allowed to observe the performance of public officials and their deliberations and decisions that the making of public policy involves. So again, we must abide by those by the state law called the Open Meetings Act, and I believe it's referenced at the beginning of the information, particularly for public hearing. And as part of that Open Meetings Act, I would also add an important factor that if there are 3 or more council members, which is a quorum since we have 5 members, and let's say, for example, we are at an event or some other place, we are not allowed to talk or discuss public business, because then that would be defined as a, quote, meeting according to the Maryland Open Meetings Act. And therefore, we would have to provide reasonable public notice of this, quote, meeting. As a result, we don't discuss public business when we are together as a council as a whole, or if we have 3 or more council members at a particular event. And I give you an example. 4 of us attended an event last night, Saturday night, the 20th, and we did not talk about any public hearing. We didn't talk about any public issues under consideration or ongoing at the town. It was strictly a social event. And I would also note that all town council members have received Open Meetings Act training, and we have a town attorney that makes sure that we are compliant with that process. So again, thanks again for listening, and I would urge your participation in the affairs of your town. As usual, and as I've said before, my email address is djenkins@townlaplata.org. Thanks again for listening, and I hope to hear and see you soon. This concludes the latest La Plata Town Council Ward 4 update. I hope you find this podcast informative and useful. So let me know what you think. I look forward to speaking to you again and listening to your questions and concerns. To reach me, my email address is djenkins@townoflaplata.org, or my cell phone number is 301-263-3471. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.